the magical door. Oh my gosh! There he is. There he is, my friend and the great actor Zack Norman. Coming on in, please.
Yeah.
Zack Norman, you know him from Romancing the Stone. He was the evildoer with Danny DeVito. And we're going to get his headphones on him so we can talk to him about Danny DeVito and a whole bunch of other stars he's worked with. And, Zack, this is John Campea from the Movie Blog.
John, I've heard so much about you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And that really means something. I don't know many bloggers, but when I hear your name, I say blog on.
Blog me, baby, blog me.
Isn't it great to have that kind of recognition, even though people don't know you?
Yeah. I'm the most famous nobody in Hollywood today. That's
a nobody who's been in Time magazine.
Yeah, that's actually. It's funny. I was on the set of.
Here he goes. This is where he starts name dropping.
I was on Vinnie Jones's new movie yesterday, and the publicist was walking around introducing me as the most influential person in Hollywood. I said, "You clearly didn't read the article, but that's fine. I took it."
But John, the way I see it is, you may very well be.
So
you got to look around Hollywood, man. You may be the man. It's true. People are falling down every day. It's a new life now.
Marty catches them.
You could be the next guest. Yes. We were talking about a woman fainted at the Bill Richardson event, and I caught her. I tried. Well, I tried not to feel her up when I had my arms around her. But as he's saying, people are falling, and you have to step to the front of the line.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
And most older people can't catch anymore. That's why they like the young people at the party.
Yeah, but you know what's at the front of the line?
What's that?
Freebies. There's all kinds of freebies at the front of the line. See, he's multitasking.
Yeah.
It's like talking to my wife. I'm having a conversation and they're typing, they're doing, and I love you, hon. You're great. You're great. Your show's fantastic. I've never seen anything like it. Get your feet off the couch. That's nice.
And I thought that's just the way he listened, by banging his fingers against that.
It's like a
computer.
monkey.
Now that sounds like something completely different.
I thought you say, "Hi, John." He said, "I'm okay. How you doing?"
They're saying on the board they have an awesome. If you look at that board, people are typing in, and they're saying, usually they say Marty is hot, but this time somebody said Ryan is hot.
I see, dazed and confused.
I say things like, "I am Marticus," and then they all write up, "No, I am Marticus. I am Marticus." Let's demonstrate for people how it works, people. We were talking about Alec Baldwin.
Were we still?
Earlier. Well, we played the recording.
The clip.
Oh, yes.
And you see a picture here of, there's Zack in Sitting Ducks, the Henry Jaglom film. That's you when you had hair.
I had hair temporarily. That's what they call a piece.
A rug, if you will.
A rug, thank you.
Speaking of a piece, I haven't introduced you to Buddha.
I'm the hottest piece in the office.
You sure are.
You have one of the most hottest voices I think I've ever heard.
Really?
Yes.
That hot?
I just want to put that out there.
Wow, John. John, stop typing.
It's a good voice. I mean, what can I say? All I got from her was a good handshake, but you got a hot voice. Okay, there we go.
True story.
Somebody help me with this contraption, get back to where I was. Not that I don't want to look at the picture of them indefinitely, but thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. So, what were we talking? Now, Zack, let's ask you. You worked with Danny DeVito in Romancing the Stone.
I also worked with Michael Douglas in the same picture.
Well, let's work our way up the ladder. Let's work our way up the ladder. Is it true that DeVito is 6 feet tall?
I don't know if he is, and I'm 7'3".
Yeah. All right.
He's very nice. He's.
For a little person?
No, I don't call him little. For me, he's just he's a big man.
He's a big man.
I always like to make myself feel better. Buddha, what a name, man.
Thank you. Hey.
You're just Buddha-ful.
Now, where did you shoot? Where did you guys shoot Romancing the Stone?
We were supposed to be in Colombia, but we shot it in Mexico in order to live.
Oh.
Little dangerous in Colombia. Cooking around.
Now, you got Ebo here saying, "Wow, move over, Marty. We like Zack. You're here for 30 seconds and you've already stolen the show."
Who's Ubo?
Ebo.
Oh, Ebo.
Ebo.
I thought it was Buddha was here. I didn't know
Beautiful
about
is here. Ebo's on the
Ebo.
board.
Oh, Ebo's on the board.
Yeah, people are listening and chatting and being all sorts of interactive with us.
Man, what is that stuff up
They
there?
say, where am I says you sound like a cross between Jack Nicholson and Barry White.
Oh, Barry's dead.
Barry did
Long
that.
live Jack.
Yeah.
You know, I was Barry White at Cedars-Sinai because I've noticed when I look at the death postings, anybody who dies at Cedars-Sinai.
Not me, man. I'm over at St. John's.
It's good to have people. You know, see, everybody finds the Catholicism when they need it. When they got to go to the hospital, they're in that Catholic church. But they're asking for the Jewish doctor, so they have both their bases covered.
I just like people coming over to me, you know, and I'm always seeing people come over to me to give me some blessings, you know. I know they don't know, and I say, no, but they keep coming, you know.
Can never have enough crucifixes in the room. Isn't that comforting when you wake up in the hospital and you just see Jesus, you left, Mary, there's Mary, Joseph, the whole gang. It's like they are gang kids. They're there for you and your protection.
Listen to things that Marty can say. You
I know.
When you grow up in those parochial schools, and then you get free, you really start cooking, you know. But I don't blame you, Marty. I was held back by a couple of things Moses did. Yeah, I'm still thinking about the parting of the water, you know.
Hey, we use water to bless
I
it.
bought into that stuff for a long time.
Yeah, we all did. I did.
Did you?
I did. I used to be an altar girl.
No kidding.
Which I'm against. This should be altar boys.
Not
There's
me.
no place for the altar
Much
girls.
more
I
interested
woman,
in
hear me
altar
roar.
girls. No, I agree. But it's great to get free, you know. It's great to listen. I always wondered how, for me, because I was so literal, how this virgin woman had a child.
It's a crock.
Well, I don't know about a crock. It just was so confounding to me, you know.
Yeah, and how she just got everyone to believe it. That was my favorite part.
Well, everybody around
It's like,
me
damn,
believed
is
it.
that all she had to say?
No,
I'm a virgin?
But I'd say, how is it possible?
That's so
And then I got the real explanation. You know what that is, don't you? It's a mystery. I say, oh, sure, I forgot.
Oh, okay. All right, now I feel better.
Which would go over big with all of our wives.
Yes.
How did you get pregnant? I
She
haven't
must
seen
be
you
the
for
next
3
Mary.
months. I've been away. It's a mystery.
Boy, am I looking at pictures of me up there?
Yeah,
You
here's
are.
a picture of you on the set with Fran Drescher. You on the nanny.
Where am I?
You're right in the
over
middle
here,
of four
yeah.
women.
Oh, my God, yeah.
And
Yeah.
how was it working with Fran Drescher?
She's wonderful. She's terrific.
Does she ask about me at all?
Very bright. Never
Marty
spoke
Keegan.
about
How the hell did you get back?
you. Never
Hit the X.
spoke.
Hit the X in the top corner there.
Yeah.
I've always had a thing for Fran Drescher.
I don't blame you.
I think she's hot, and I like the whininess.
The
You
best
do.
movie she's ever been in was Weird Al Yankovic's UHF. That was her greatest role of all
I've
time.
never seen that
Me
movie.
You never saw UHF.
Did you see UHF?
No, but I've seen Fran.
Well, that
That's
wins.
even better. She sees her in person.
Oh no, you got to watch UHF. It's a classic.
I will. I didn't know that. That's great.
What does UHF stand for?
Oh, it's a thing for the television station. So instead of a network station, he runs a UHF TV station. Weird Al Yankovic does, and Fran Drescher works for him as his secretary, and it's quite good.
Wow.
Interesting.
Do you know all these movies, John? Do you know Cadillac Man?
I know Cadillac Man. What is that? Okay, Cadillac Man. I don't
Do you know
this one.
Sitting Ducks?
No Sitting Ducks, but I don't know this one.
Have you seen Sitting Ducks?
Yeah, you told us we should rent it, so Sharon and I got it.
Oh, okay.
But what's this one? America?
Ragtime?
America. Where's
America.
America?
Is this one of your films?
I did a picture called America, but I never saw it look like that.
Then I don't feel so bad not recognizing
Now,
it.
the interesting picture that you did for me is you were in James Cagney's last picture, Ragtime.
That wasn't, I don't think, his last
It
picture.
absolutely was. That's his last picture.
John, we're going into your area, man.
Somebody-
you're outgrowing
I
my
think
age.
that after Ragtime, he did a movie for television. Now you tell me, and I want you to start popping
what's
away.
a movie for television? That's his
It's a movie.
feature film.
It's
But
a
if
movie.
it
He
has
was,
feature-
I thought everybody thought that Ragtime would be his last picture.
Well, maybe I'll tell you in just a second.
But now we'll get the goods.
Now, Springer is asking you what it is like working with Robin Williams.
It's wonderful. The guy is every few minutes, he's very, very nice, quiet man. That's what really blew my mind. He was very quiet. And every once in a while...
Even when he's coked out, is what I heard. He's still quiet.
He certainly wasn't doing anything when I knew him, so he was cool. But every once in a while, he would get a rush, and he'd do 10, 12 minutes for the guy that was sweeping up the stage.
Are you kidding?
He's just a great guy. He's out there cooking, and he's very funny.
I was just going to throw this in here.
Yeah.
Ragtime was in 1981. In 1984, James Cagney was in Terrible Joe Moran. In 1984.
Hallelujah, Zach. You did it again.
That was a movie.
It was a made-for-TV movie, yes, but a movie nonetheless.
A made-for-TV what?
Motion picture.
That's what I wanted to hear.
I think we have to go to Alex Trebek on this one to see, because I was talking feature films.
Look at that. I see somebody in Sextronica saying you should hear him feeding alligators in the movie. Now, what does that mean?
Well, give him the line.
Look at those snappers.
Now, can you tell the story about Robin Williams when you were getting ready to, you guys were going to go in and read, you hadn't met everybody, and in the movie,
I'd be delighted
in the movie, his character is having an affair with your wife, who is Fran Drescher.
Yeah, but the point was, it's exactly true, Marty, and that's why I love to do this show. There's such veracity here. Don't you agree, John?
I completely agree.
Thought you would. At any rate, I walked into rehearsal the first day, and we're all holding our scripts, and I didn't know Robin. Robin certainly didn't know me, but I walked over to him, and I said to him, with a very sour look on my face, I said, I just want you to know one thing. And watch out. He said, what's that? I said, I know you're fucking my wife, and I don't like it. And this poor guy had no idea who I was. And I don't know if he was doing something to somebody's wife, but maybe he figured I was that guy. It turned out he was, but make-believe in the movie. But he's terrific. He's a great guy, really wonderful. And there's my buddy Dennis Hopper, Tracks. You see that? Look at all the... Oh, I love to.
And you've got Festival in Cannes.
Festival in Cannes, great.
Which are two Henry Jaglom films. But Tracks is a movie you also produced.
I produced the movie. I acted in the movie. And I really had a great time. Dennis is just wonderful to work with. And the other movie, Festival in Cannes, we lived and shot the whole movie in the south of France. Right in Cannes.
Awesome.
So, just great.
Tell them about...
I'll tell him anything, Marty. Just tell me which way to go.
I get out the rubber hose.
Tell me the road to go home.
You will tell them about Hearts and Minds, which won an Academy Award for Best Documentary in 1969.
No, 1974. That's why I'm here.
74.
What's the difference?
Now, let me
it
ask
was the same century.
Do you think that anybody on this panel, that they're going to know? None of these people are going to know. Anyway, a lot of people credited that film with ending the Vietnam War because it was a documentary really, really chronicling the
well, one of the major reasons that people got aware and really started looking, and soon thereafter the war ended. It was a tremendous picture directed by a guy named Peter Davis, who's a genius. And we really, I was so delighted and fortunate to be able to participate. I really participated financially rather than creatively. But I tell most people that I participated creatively, so it makes me feel better. But it was really the bread that did it. You follow that? Buddha, you know about bread, don't you? I
love bread.
Okay.
I'm a carb whore.
So I just say thank you, Marty, for all these great pictures up here. People
don't thank me. I'm not uploading them. These people are uploading them. There's another one of you, Henry Jaglom. Here's another picture of you. What the hell is that picture? That is...
What, down in the lower right side, you mean? I got to see.
You got... I don't know who these people are, but it looks like Henry Jaglom.
That's Henry Jaglom, me at the upper left. I don't know. I don't don't see anything now. Oh, there's...
It's kind of blurry, but...
It's blurry. That comes from... that's Festival in Cannes, I'm quite sure.
Jay Chan, you let us know which DVD you want, and somebody call in and ask a question for Zack, 310-984-7600. And we've got all these great DVDs to give you, including Romancing the Stone, with one of the stars here in studio.
I'll be so delighted to have to talk to anybody, you know, at this point.
No,
Are you
Bill,
kidding?
no.
Don't get me wrong. I like John, and Buddha's very special.
Ooh, thank
And
you.
Marty, well, what can you say
We
about
have a
Marty?
personal relationship, but my wife is listening, so don't say much. Now, listen, you know who's coming on, Zach? We've got David Lynch coming on Tuesday.
Wow.
We've got Amber Tamblyn from Joan of Arcadia and her new film. Chris Christopherson, Seymour Cassell, your buddy.
Old friend of mine.
And Seymour, somebody posts what Seymour's been in. He's been in
he's been in everything.
Everything.
It's easy to say what Seymour hasn't been in.
I think you're right. We got Ken Davidian from Borat.
Wow.
So we've got a lot of great people coming on up next week and the following week for you. And
Jesse Burns thinks you have a very sexy voice as well.
Marty?
I never get these comments from
You.
me.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Nobody ever gives me these comments.
Well, when you sound like a 13-year-old boy going through puberty, why would you get it?
That's great. You know, that's great.
God, you masturbate 6, 7, 10 times a day, and people label me as a 13-year-old boy going through puberty.
Who
That's
are these
just not
pictures?
right.
I see
Gotta
Marty,
catch a
but I also see Surf Babe up here. And somebody just posted that? Is that the idea?
No, the Surf Babe's a contributor. She's at home right now
I'm
waxing
sorry.
up her surfboard.
I'm sorry, Surf Babe. I didn't mean to get into...
When we ask Surf Babe about waxing, it's nothing hygiene-wise. It's her surfboard that she's dealing in. And Ebo's saying that they don't love me anymore, they love you. Nice. You know, the loyalty on this show really leaves a lot to be desired.
Where is Ebo?
Ebo is in Ohio.
Ebo is in Ohio.
She's in Ohio.
Wow.
Yes.
She's not in Napoleon, Ohio, is she?
Napoleon.
You sound like Shelley
Cincinnati.
Berman from the 60s.
Oh, really? No, I'm a whole different breed. I'm Zack from the 40s.
See, you zigged, he zagged. You
We
thought
can
he was going
zig
right,
and
he went
zag.
left.
Yes, he did.
It's Shelley Berman starring as the father on Larry David's show.
I'm playing his son.
Really?
Yeah, Shelley Berman plays Larry David's father.
Oh, that's cool.
On what's the name of the show?
Curb Your
What is it?
Enthusiasm?
Curb Your
I was just
Enthusiasm.
say, pardon the interruption.
I was like,
Yes,
Go with your gut instinct.
I'm like nervous.
Why are you getting nervous? We're not going to judge you.
Because the only thing I heard was Larry David, and I really wasn't paying attention because I was doing like 4 other things. So then I didn't want to be like, oh yeah, and then be completely wrong.
Anybody
Like,
who has
ease up
that
to it.
kind of tribosity and that kind of shirt does not get judged harshly.
Leave
You
my
wore the
tribosities out of this.
You now, Zach, what's your favorite movie that you worked on? Anything?
My favorite movie that I worked on, that's tough. My favorite movie that I've seen, I can answer. And that's always interesting. My favorite movie that I've ever seen is a movie called Being There. With Peter Sellers.
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen that movie, please do, and you'll get an idea of what I like the most.
Ebo's saying she's near Cincinnati.
Oh, wow.
And
I've been through Cincinnati.
like a speeding bullet.
Oh, no. I spent New Year's Eve there, if I want to blow your mind.
I'm sorry to hear that.
1957, and I left there in 58. That's right. I was heading down to college in Tennessee.
That's right. Now, listen, we try to tell people about the project that we're working on. I met Zach several years ago when we did a short film called Has Been.
Yes.
And Zach walked in, and I said, that's my guy.
That's the guy, man. If you ever saw Has Been before.
That's my guy right there. And he wound up becoming my writing partner, or I became his writing partner, whichever way you want to roll it. And we wrote a film called Celeb that we're now producing, and he is producing. And we're talking to casting directors right now. Had a very good conversation yesterday, as a matter of fact. And how excited are you about that production, which has got so much of your life and parts of my life in that piece?
Yeah, well, it's just great. That's the creative part of things, to get it out, to put it on the paper, and then watch it come to life. It's really great. And Marty, I must say, is a terrific writing partner. He's very, very smart, funny, and he cries occasionally.
But I bring
and
the
he doesn't
sandwiches.
get the way he likes it. He says, I don't want to play now.
No, I don't
But
think
he's
I
excellent.
cry. I think I yell.
Well, he yells a little
And the
bit.
good thing is that Zach yells back.
I do.
But he scares me, and I cry because he's got that deep baritone voice, and he's very intimidating.
I thought.
And seductive.
Oh.
You don't know whether to be afraid or whether you want to light some candles.
Yes, exactly.
I want to
Get afraid
know.
and
I want to
tingly.
know who said seductive. Is that you, John?
That was me.
Oh,
There's a
okay.
seductive
The
voice.
blogger.
I mean, okay.
Hey, listen,
Hey.
I was just
You
talking
wanna
about
swing
Jennifer
that
Garner.
way?
I'm as straight as they
Oh,
come, but your voice
great.
makes me think cock is delicious.
I don't know. You simply whispered to me you want to blog. What do I know, man? I'm from a different place.
Did you see me in Time magazine?
Not only did I see you,
He was
but I
looking for
heard
you.
about you first.
He was looking for you in Playgirl. So he hasn't a chance to read about you
No.
yet.
Wow, this studio just
Now,
got
when you
10
say,
degrees hotter.
when you say it's delicious, do you mean as a full course or an appetizer for you? See, don't get flustered.
Having no point of
The guy
reference,
got-
I'm not really sure how to
The guy
go
got
on.
all
Anytime,
fucked up.
let me
His
just-
face turned red. His eyes went crossed. He's in the crossfire
Let
now.
me give everybody a tip. You get hung up for a moment for a word, you know what to say. Buddha. It's so easy, man. It just flows.
I love the way you say it.
Buddha.
Buddha.
You know, poor John. You know,
Indeed.
you suck one dick and people label you, and you're messed up over that. Don't just get away from that label. It's
okay to be who
you
you
are
are.
experimenting. It's okay.
Yeah, is that what it's called now?
Is this the way the conversation always goes?
Usually.
No, not really.
I gotta tell you something
People,
right now.
there's no FCC, so people go
You
crazy.
see, I've yet to be on this show. I've been on this show maybe 6-7 times. I've yet to be on this show where Marty doesn't at least once bring up homosexual references. Now, I'm not trying to say that means anything. I'm just pointing out the facts.
I've got to be me. What can I tell you? All right, go ahead. We've got someone calling from Pittsburgh.
Man, from Pittsburgh.
Her name
Yes.
is Meadow Dew.
Hi, Meadow Dew.
Hello.
And we do the do here
Hello,
on Now
Meadow.
Live, Hollywood Babylon. How are you, Meadow?
I'm a little sick, but I'll live.
You're sick, but Zack Norman has inspired you to call in and ask a question.
Yes.
What you
Absolutely.
do, Meadow?
Ask away, Meadow. Ask
Hey,
away.
Zach. I wanted to know what it was like working with Mr. T in the A-Team.
Oh, man, that's you something. How you know about that?
I want my van back.
See, now suddenly I'm excited that you're in the room now. Now I'm excited.
Oh,
I
man.
tell you, it was wonderful working with Mr. T, because when you meet somebody what kind of a relationship you're going to have, immediately with a guy like Mr. T, you're not going to mess with him. You're going to stay far away. He smiled, but he was a big guy, and he wasn't the kind of fella that said, come on over and give me a kiss, you know what I mean? The guy that I had my scene with on that particular show was George Peppard, who was a wonderful actor, and I said hello to him, and he didn't answer me. But then we did a scene on a boat where we got into a fight, and I grabbed him and held him tightly. Really tightly, and he looked over at me and he said, "Hi, I'm George." But Mr. T was great. He was smiling at everybody. He was warm, friendly, but you don't want
Did
to
he call you a fool a lot? Hey, fool.
No, he didn't. He just
pity the
he
fool. I
asked
pity
me.
the fool.
He asked me to get him a sandwich. That was it. He was
He
great.
made you an offer you couldn't say no.
Yeah, Meadow Dew. I worked out in Pittsburgh many
Oh, really?
years
Where
ago.
at?
I worked two places in Pittsburgh. Outside of Pittsburgh, I worked a place called the Holiday House, which is long since gone. All the places I used to be are gone. And the other was the Twin Coaches. I worked all over the country for about a year with the Temptations. And
Oh, sweet.
also worked with the Tops. I had a wonderful part of my life, not very long, but I used to work as a nightclub comedian. So I tried to do everything. I was even in the real estate business, if you want to hear something pretty ugly.
Now, where am I wants to know where you're from?
Where am I from? Boston.
Well, you're from Revere,
Well,
where the girls
Revere,
have big
yeah.
hair out in Revere.
Well, I actually was born in Boston, but they took me directly to Revere, and it took me a long time to get out.
Now, did you ever think, you grew up in Revere, you grew up a kid, the weather, where you live, did you ever think as a kid you would wind up in Los Angeles, in show business?
No, I didn't.
It's a dream, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I had a sign over my nursery door, and it said, Zack Norman, M.D.
Your parents were thinking ahead.
I had an intercom over my crib, and they used to call me through the intercom. They'd say, Zack, your din-din is ready. So, I mean, they were heading me for a life in medicine. I just couldn't get past the sciences. So here I am, with Buddha and Marty and John. Whoever figured, huh?
Right?
Now, do you want to talk about
Talk about Jerusalem morning.
the day of your confirmation?
No, I don't think so.
What a glorious
because
day.
That's not a kind of a thing that you want to share on the radio in Pittsburgh.
All right.
You want to talk about other kind of things.
All right, Meadow, what kind of DVD can we get you?
Just throw me anything.
Throw me anything.
Throw me anything.
How about a bone?
Wow.
Those are the girls we like best. Throw me anything. Low maintenance. What do you want? Something comedy or action, or what do you want?
Comedy.
Okay. Well,
All right, we'll make that happen for you.
We'll pick something out for you.
How about that? Isn't that exciting?
And you know what? It's whatever it is has about an $800 value.
Oh, sweet.
All right. All right.
Okay.
Feel better.
I hope you feel a lot better. Drink a lot of hot tea, will you?
I will. Thanks, Zach. Bye,
Nice
guys.
to talk to you.
Bye,
Meadow.
Meadow. I must say, Meadow's energy seems to be increasing as
the months progress.
Yes. We have
I
given
agree
her
as well.
a reason
To live.
here at Now Live. So, what other movies has he been in? He's been in a ton of movies.
Who's that?
You.
Me, yeah.
Not me.
Yeah, a lot of movies. And right now I'm in a play.
Yeah, talk about the play. We've been pumping the play and giving tickets away to the play. And we
better
have
hurry up. There's only, I think, 8 more performances.
8 more performances.
I want to come.
Yeah, please.
Where is it at?
It's at the Hayworth Theater here in Los Angeles.
On Wilshire Boulevard.
Wilshire Boulevard, heading downtown between Lafayette Park and, what's the other? Echo Park.
Yeah,
Maybe.
but it's
Not
outside
Not Echo
Beverly
Park.
Hills. Past mid LA. It's past
Heading
a little,
downtown.
It's a little, but it's a beautiful remodeled theater.
Great theater.
The area of town right there is really nice where it's at, and
I believe it's 2511 Wilshire Boulevard.
look at you with the
Parking
numbers.
next
we've got
door.
the information somewhere because we've been posting it. But it's Thursday, Friday, Saturdays are the performances
At 8 o'clock.
At 8
night,
o'clock,
And Sunday at 3 o'clock.
It's written by Michael Elias, who wrote The Jerk, and produced and wrote Head of the Class, which a lot of you grew up on.
And directed by one of the greats in the history of movies, Paul Mazursky. And if you can do his
well, he's been nominated for an Academy Award 4 times, and we actually had Paul on this show talking about the play and his career.
I think John can give us an update on Paul Mazursky better than any of us, because
John is the go-to guy when it comes to facts and figures.
Years ago, we called a guy like that the Maven, and the Maven then became the Man.
How do you spell Paul's last name?
Mazursky.
Wow,
Mazursky.
did you do spelling bees as a child?
Man, I studied till the 3rd grade. I was the speller.
It was
Nice.
the traditional spelling.
Yeah.
Mazursky. Zach, we were taught we played the Alec Baldwin rant.
Oh, yes, I happen to have heard it, yeah.
It was quite an interesting...
yeah, you know, I can tell you that the only connection that I have personally is my daughter actually worked for Alec for over 2 years.
Right.
And said he was absolutely the nicest, most wonderful man that she ever met, worked for, or anything else. Just great. So, you know, all the things you hear, and I spent some time in pain without my daughter at one point in a similar situation. So one loses control sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
It's a very emotional,
out
difficult thing. I don't know about out of context, but certainly it's really tough to be removed from your little baby.
Absolutely.
So, anyway, that's
what's going on, Marty. I try to say this thing with Alec Baldwin's being blown up, and you yell at me. He says this thing, you say, yeah.
He's got credits.
Whatever you say, Zach.
He's got credits.
Okay,
I want to hear about Mazursky and your particular point of view on his movies.
Well, Mazursky, I mean, probably what most people will be familiar with him with the listening age of the people who listen to this show is going to be, I believe it was Down and Out in Beverly Hills.
Down and Out in Beverly Hills, yeah.
Now, lately he has done stuff. Well, he's actually quite a proficient actor too, like Cattle Call. He's been a recurring character in Curb Your Enthusiasm. I'm going to get down. I'm more curious about his directing right now.
Yeah, I mean, everybody my age knows about Bob Carroll, Ted and Alice, and that was his first feature, I think. Bob Carroll,
was
Ted
it?
and Alice. I think so.
I think there was something before
Last year at Malibu in 1962.
He directed?
Yes. And then Bob and Carol and Ted and Alice was in 1969.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, it's really interesting, and it's great.
Oh, and he did Moscow on the Hudson as well.
He sure did with Robin Williams. That's right. So he's got a great career. He's done a wonderful job directing this play called The Catskills Sonata. And it's
gotten great reviews from Variety, LA Times, and it's a play that they're going to take to off-Broadway. It's very well written, well constructed, great cast, and it's very funny. And if you're in LA, I highly suggest you go see it. We've posted on the board there the dates and the address of the theater. And the phone number, the information line is just down below that you can call. And if you call in and ask, we can get you 2 comp tickets to go see the show.
Do I have to call in if I'm already here?
No. I will take care of you, and Zach will take care of you. That's not a problem.
But it all ends on May 6th, I want you to know.
Do you notice I said they were going to take care of you, and he got a little jealous.
Well, I don't know. I don't know that John was jealous.
Sweating.
The blogger.
Deep into the blog.
Wow.
Blog me.
Yeah.
All right. Now, I saw a movie yesterday that is starting Friday called Snowcake, starring Sigourney Weaver, and she plays a autistic adult woman.
That's the one with Alan Rickman, is it not?
Yes.
They shot that up in Canada.
Also. Yeah, they did. They shot it in Canada. It was Canadian finance and UK finance. It was a joint venture. It's an interesting film, Indian, that's playing out at the Sunset Plaza and out in Pasadena.
You saw it?
Yeah, I saw it at a special screening yesterday. They shut everything down and they just bring me in and they ask me if I want any food because that's the kind of guy
look at you.
Can you blame them?
Well, you know.
You see it and then you talk about it.
Then I talk about it.
And then John blogs about it.
I talk, John blogs. It's a mean combination.
What's Buddha do about it?
Buddha is just, she makes us all feel warm and comfortable.
It's my job.
She brings in, all the young guys are here.
I tried to, but they run away.
They're afraid of a real woman, Buddha.
Did you love the picture? Did you love the picture?
The picture is worth seeing. It's an indie film. It's different. It's unique. And I think it's worth seeing. And I think when you look at all the films that are out dramatically, I think it's a very interesting picture. People should go see it. Mm-hmm. Now, if you're into Wild Hogs and you think Wild Hogs is the greatest movie, you're not going to like this picture.
How is Alan Rickman? That's usually my first question with anything. I love Rickman.
You do? Yeah. Well, if you like him, then you're going to love him in this because he's very stoic, and you know how his persona is. He's very... there's not a lot of different levels there, in his performance. But he's very strong, and he plays the part that he's supposed to play, this guy that's emotionally lost and kind of trying to find himself, and there's a neat interaction there, and it's a neat story, and I think people should go see it.
Well, I can just see the headline from Marty that says, neat.
Neat.
Marty Keegan. I mean, that's the way to get somebody to the theater, and I feel it's only right to say, because my next-door neighbor wrote Wild Hogs. So, with that recommendation, man, get over there.
Well, I didn't say anything negative about Wild Hogs. I said they're different types of movies. So, it's, Grindhouse is a different type of a flick than The Godfather. So not everybody likes The Godfather is going to like Grindhouse. Speaking of which, what's going on with Grindhouse? Are they pulling it and going to redistribute it separately, or what's the deal there?
The word was going around that the Weinsteins, in an attempt to try to make some money back off of Grindhouse, was going to split the film up and re-release it here in North America. So you would have Planet Terror that you'd go to the theater to see, and then you go to another theater to see Death Proof, which would have been fine with me, because as much as I love Quentin Tarantino, Death Proof was a giant, messy pile of shit. Anyway.
Whoa.
Getting on with that, and then we ran into Tarantino the other day, which was really nice. But having said that, it's always been their plan to release it as two separate films in a lot of the international markets. However, they were going to release it as one film in the UK, but they've changed those plans. So it will not be re-released in North America as two films. It's just going to stay as one film. However, they have switched gears for the UK release, and they're going to release it as far as I understand it, they're going to release it in the UK as two separate films, as well as in most of the other international markets when it comes out soon.
Wow. Now, Prophecy, who's up in Canada, is talking about Snowkick, and I don't know how he gets the information as quickly as he does, but that is correct. Mark Evans is a writer, and Sigourney Weaver. Now, we're working on getting Carrie Ann Moss on the show, and I'll know probably today whether we're going to have her, who also starred in The Matrix. So we're working on getting her for you guys. But she's filming something right now, so that's the difficulty. She could come on tomorrow, but obviously we're not here. And since we're not loaning her out, presents kind of a problem. So,
Yes.
Yes, all right. So, now, have you seen anything else, John, that we can talk about?
Well, a bunch of stuff that came out this weekend, actually, was surprisingly that the new Luke Wilson and Kate Beckinsale, the delicious Kate Beckinsale, movie Vacancy came out, which I was a little bit let down by it, to be honest, but I will say this. It's refreshing to see a horror movie again where you're cheering for the heroes as opposed for cheering for the butchers. That was kind of nice, and it's got a very Hitchcockian kind of feel to it. Like, it's an older style horror movie. It's very simple. It all takes place in one night. It's not bad. I was hoping for a little bit better, but the one I did see that surprised me a lot this week was the new Anthony Hopkins one, The Fracture.
Fractured, I saw.
Which I thought looked like just a quick, like a throwaway movie. I'll be honest with you, I really liked it, and I don't know that in the past.
Now, I'm going to come at you in a little bit.
I don't know that in the last 6 years I've seen Anthony Hopkins better.
Well, Anthony Hopkins is great. Anthony Hopkins is great in everything. And by the way, you should see him in, what's the motorcycle movie where he races?
World's Fastest Indian.
World's Fastest Indian. Have you seen that movie, Zach?
Yes.
I did, yeah.
Did you like it?
I liked it.
I liked it very much.
Yeah.
I thought it was different. But he's great in this. He's a terrific bad guy. But it's a big picture that wraps everything up into a neat little bow. And I wanted to see more of his brilliance in the movie. They wrapped that movie up very neatly. And
how long did it take him to wrap it up?
Like 20 minutes. Just the guy's a brilliant guy, and at the end of the movie, it's an ending that I just didn't buy whatsoever.
Wow, I thought it was a very satisfying ending. Actually, that's one of the things that as opposed to like the Halle Berry movie that's out.
I hate to hear you guys argue. I walked in here and you had such a great relationship. And
whenever we argue, you get hurt. Yeah. So
you thought Gosling was good in this movie?
I thought Gosling was okay.
Please,
I thought he was
exactly.
okay.
Now, this is where this is. But he either hates things or loves things, and then I break it down, and he'll say, "Yeah, that was right." Now, you're telling me you understood the relationship between him and the woman in this movie.
I put in my review that was the weakest part of that film.
That's a big part.
It was useless.
Where did it come from? Where did it come from?
No, it was bad. I agree. That's what I wrote myself.
Where did it come from? I have no idea if they knew each other before.
I agree.
And she got him the job, which is kind of what they intimate, or that he just met her in the room, and then they just leave, and then he's having dinner at a house.
Oh, yeah, what I love. He fucks her once. And he crawls out of bed. He crawls out of bed and says, he crawls out of her bed and she says, "You want to come over to my family's for Thanksgiving dinner?"
John, why do you give it away like that, man? I had no idea that there was that once.
Just the once.
Let me ask you a question. You mentioned Hitchcockian.
Yes.
Did you happen to see Disturbia?
You know what? I haven't seen Disturbia. That's the one film in the past 2 weeks I didn't see.
How could you not have seen Disturbia?
Because I've been a little busy.
Marty, did you see Disturbia?
Why are we talking about me? We're talking about him. I know I haven't seen it.
And how about you, Buddha?
I've only seen the promos.
Okay.
But I'm going to see Disturbia this week.
Well, I saw the original Alfred.
I have to see it because it's got the kid who's going to be Transformers.
What was the name of the original one? The
Rear Window.
Rear Window. That's right.
Rear Window. Rear Window. Okay. Now, Disturbia, Super Mary says she liked it. It was a good movie.
Yeah.
Here, I'm interested to know what other people thought of Disturbia. Oceans wants to see Disturbia. Call in and tell us. Give us a review if you've seen it. 310-984-7600. But it's predicated on Rear Window. If you read all of the press on it, they took the Rear Window concept, they repackaged it, and put it in this format, which, but everybody says it's a great movie.
Well, all that matters is it doesn't matter what it's built on or what came. All that matters is when from the start of the film to the end of it, was it enjoyable? And I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know.
I saw it, and I thought it was quite a trip.
Cool.
I mean, it's not my bag particularly, but it was
it's not my bag, baby.
Combination of a lot of things, and I was on the edge of my seat.
Wow.
And I was into it, and I was looking around me, and I felt so old.
All
these young cats were there,
But you don't look old.
I don't think I do. But
you don't. You look banging, by the way. Can I tell you, your outfit is absolutely spectacular, which is fantastic and spectacular in one word.
Buddha.
It's great.
Thank you.
You are banging,
I gotta say,
the
way Marty described
she said
it to
you
me.
look banging. You do. I don't even know what the hell
you have
that
great
means.
teeth.
But it said, the way
thank
she
you.
said
I had them made for me.
They're beautiful.
The way Marty described you to me, I was expecting this old decrepit guy with a cane or something walking in here, and you come in. It's like, hey, this is a sharp-dressed dude. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
is that how you describe me, Marty?
Well, I think he's giving me
old.
I think
the thing that really caught my attention about Disturbia was a guy.
Shia LaBeouf?
Yeah,
no, all those guys, don't you?
The casting process?
Shia LaBeouf. But it was the fact that a guy I've been saying for probably about 10 years, I really wish more people would give him leading roles, is David Morse.
Oh, he's a wonderful
I
actor.
love David Morse, and I thought he's never gotten the credit that he deserves.
He was in 16 Blocks.
Yeah, he's also...
He's just a terrific actor. I think he's from Boston, but... Regardless,
I think he is a Boston guy.
He's a wonderful actor. He really is, and he never disappoints. Isn't that a great line? He never disappoints. And then Marty comes in. Marty comes in and he lays his thing down. I thought he was neat.
You got to commit to what you feel about somebody. Prophecy says Disturbia had some good twists, but it was a copycat of The Girl Next Door, only with a killer. Interesting, Prophecy.
I don't see it, Prof. I don't see it, but... Yeah, but...
Nice to have you.
Bombshell, I don't know where you're at either, but I'm glad you're here. I like your name. I like the cut of your jib. Shia LaBeouf. This kid, I want to know who he's blowing to get all the parts. He's in everything.
Well, he's Spielberg's new golden child.
Yeah, he's in everything. He's in everything.
Spielberg is pushing
from
this
Echo
guy.
Park. He's right there. The kid right down the street.
I met him. I actually got a chance to spend a little bit of time with him and talk to him about when we were doing
How to Catch a Predator.
Transformers.
Did you say a boot?
A boot?
You and a boot?
Not all a boot.
And he's a good kid. He's a really, really good guy.
Yeah,
he's got his feet on the ground. He seems very level-headed. He's kind of overwhelmed right now with all the attention that he's getting. But
right.
I still haven't legitimately seen him in anything. He's going to be in Raiders of the Lost Ark 4. He's going to be in Transformers. He's got to start.
He was in Robert Downey Jr.'s movie, Recognizing Your Saints.
Your Saints, right?
Did you see the film?
I did not see that one. No.
Well, he was very good in Disturbia.
Was he? Okay.
He was really
it's good to know.
Yeah.
The whole cast in that Recognizing Your Saints, all the kids were very good. He was fine in the movie, but there was another guy in the movie who just landed something big. I can't remember the guy's name. Tall guy who plays the badass in the movie. He was the guy who really stole the picture, and he was a very commanding presence in the movie.
So videos asking, what does Marty think of storm clouds? But that's a bit of a movie blog inside joke.
What are storm clouds? Yeah, it's nice to know that these people have their own inside jokes with me as the punchline, which is okay. I'm a team player. As long as I'm in the conversation somewhere, I really don't mind.
One of the characters in the new Fantastic Four film is Galactus. He's this giant planet eater dude, and a
giant planet eater dude.
That's what he goes around.
And just
planets.
So you know, Zach, when you ask this man what the greatest movies of all time are, he doesn't go beyond 77. Anything beyond 1977 is silent film era.
Godfather's on my list. Actually, Spartacus is on my top 10 list.
Okay.
Spartacus, Godfather.
I am Marticus.
And Lawrence of Arabia is on my top 10 list.
Well, there you go. That's
there you
good.
Go.
But I saw Lord of the Rings for the first time the other day.
It's about time, Marty.
Greatest trilogy ever made.
You got to get out more often.
Yeah, I got to tell you, it's the greatest trilogy ever
made. Set the record for most
you're...
Oscar wins by any single film.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's only because they didn't have all the categories that they have now for Ben-Hur or Lawrence of Arabia. Ben-Hur.
Best director, best screenplay, best cinematography,
right.
Best everything.
It's a great movie. If I'm 14, I love that movie.
Please. Are you seriously sitting here beside me?
Photo.
Downplaying Lord of the Rings?
Oh, boy.
Are you seriously
Let me tell you
that?
when it's bullshit. When you can just make up anything you want. We've got a plot problem. I don't know. Let's just make up a world and a dialogue and just make up words and shit that nobody else knows. Photo. Come here, Photo. All right. Yeah, whatever, man.
Are you listening to this, everybody?
Can I ask you a question?
Are you listening to this? Seriously?
Let me ask you a question because you're the expert. I'm just a dope. I don't know.
I'm just a fan. I'm not.
The movie revolves around this magical ring.
Yes.
That this other little dude had in his possession for God knows how long.
Yes.
And yet the evildoers have not descended upon him. Now, he hands it to Frodo, and as he gives it to Frodo, okay, thank you. Thank you, Sextronica. Sextronica says Frodo rocks.
Yeah.
If you met Frodo in a bar, I don't think you'd be too impressed, but he's on celluloid, so therefore. But the question I have is, why is the world of evil descends down upon Frodo, and it didn't on this other cat? How do you kill these guys? Where does it come from? It doesn't make any sense.
What's the question?
I just asked you, why did the little munchkin...
Right.
He had the ring.
Yes.
But
Bilbo had the ring.
Bilbo has it. He has magical powers with the ring. He's great with the ring. He gives up the ring, and when he gives up the ring, now the world of evil descends upon poor little Frodo.
Well, they explained that in the film. There were two reasons for that. Number one, because the world of evil head guy, the main villain's name is Sauron. He hadn't gotten enough strength yet to pursue the ring. The second thing is they didn't know anything.
Okay, so he hadn't gotten enough strength to pursue the ring.
He had regaining his strength.
He had been building his strength all of these years.
Yes.
So whatever shit they throw at you, you're willing to accept because it's
building
fantasy.
his army and all that kind of stuff. That's what he's been doing for all those
building
years.
His
and the
army
second thing,
of death.
they didn't know where the ring was. They didn't know where the ring was until they captured Gollum and got it out of him about who had the ring. At that point, when he was able to know where the ring was, that's when they pursued it. And in the book, to be fair, when Bilbo hands off the ring to Frodo, there's a longer time period. There's a longer lapse of time between those two events. In the movie, it came across that he just kind of handed the ring, and then the story progressed from there. But that's how the film answers that question.
All right, I'm being called a dork because I don't know that they're called hobbits.
I see one that says "Poor Buddha and Zack."
I just want you.
I don't really give a shit myself.
I know. I'm sitting here. I'm like, was there really a debate?
I just want you people to realize that you think it's cool to know what a hobbit is. Okay, I stand corrected. I apologize.
The greatest novels of all time.
All the cool kids in school know who the hobbits are.
I like Snow
I was
White.
a cool kid, and don't know too much about hobbits.
What was your favorite movie, Buddha?
Ooh, my favorite movie is probably... I really like Dazed and Confused.
Ooh, but don't you think we should really just pop out and say it? Haven't you reached a point where you can say what your favorite movie is now? May change.
And today, like, as of right now, today?
Yeah. Dazed and Confused?
No, that one's like one of my toppers all time. I would say my favorite movie today, well, I'm more of a play. I really enjoy the Catskills Sonata.
Ooh, wow, Buddha.
I'm a play person.
I didn't know you spoke so great, man. So what is your favorite movie right now?
Ooh, I would say I haven't really gone to the movies in a while.
No, but your whole life, which movie is it that resonates?
Lord of the Rings. John has talked me into it. It all makes clear sense to me. Yeah.
I'll be right to you, Marty. So, Buddha?
I'm being put on the spot here.
Hold on a second. Marty, let me ask you. Your one favorite movie. You can only choose one.
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
It has to be.
Really?
I have one.
Wow.
Who doesn't get into hobbits?
Wow.
Because
John.
you just run into so many hobbits.
The original Star Wars.
The original
Star Wars.
Wow.
Wow, how
What's
shocking.
yours?
What an absolute shock that you would go to Star Wars.
That's a great one.
What's yours, Zach?
Mine, I said before, was Being There.
Your favorite movie of all time?
Favorite movie of all time. Yeah. Being There. Did you see it, John?
I did not.
Well, would you?
Well, on this recommendation, how could I not now?
Thank
It's
you.
Peter Sellers' last movie.
No, it's not his last movie. We can go.
Do we
right,
have to go through
if
that
you say
again?
that, you know? Believe me, it's not. I think some Fu Manchu or something like that was his
Did he?
last movie. Dr. something or other like that.
Dr.
Yeah.
Fu Manchu?
Something like
You can't
that.
say that now. Because
No,
if you do, you'll
no,
get fired
no,
off the
well.
air. You can't say Fu Manchu.
Well, you can see.
Sextronica says Star Wars was an Jay Chan like Blazing Saddles.
That's a good one.
That was a good one.
I like that one.
I was too young for Blazing
I
Saddles.
call my lesbian lover's boyfriend a hobbit.
The fiendish plot
Makes
of
a lot
Dr.
of sense
Fu
to
Manchu.
me. Yeah, is that it?
That is 1980. Yep, that was the last one he did.
So when was? So I thought that Being There was
Being
what,
There was
79?
1979. Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Very closely hot on the heels.
Wow. So you were wrong
Professor
again.
Dragon says anyone that doesn't think I sounded it out and I've determined that is Lord of the Rings is absolutely brilliant is nuts. It's good that we have room for debate in this country. That you don't get labeled if you disagree with the masses.
But also, if
I didn't say it was a bad movie. I said it was a nice movie. I enjoyed the movie. I just don't see the absolute brilliance of Frodo. Frodo! I am Frodo.
Buddha, have you come to your conclusion?
Can I have two?
You can have two. You
Okay.
can have as many as you like.
My
Oceans to
classic-
Love says Goonies.
Goonies is also amazing. Oh, I have three now. Goonies is one of them.
Really?
Godfather's the other.
Godfather.
One or two?
One.
Really? Because a lot of people like two better than one.
I like the first one because that's
I'm
the
with
me,
you.
know?
I think one's the best.
They had all their chance to go back and fix what they didn't like in two, so
Right.
do one. And then my third one right now is Tenacious D, Pick of Destiny.
Oh, dude, I never saw that. Was that good?
I love it. It's like a musical, like a rock anthem, and it's great.
How do you say it? Tenacious?
Tenacious D.
Tenacious.
Who's
Pick
the
of
guy
Jack
that
Black?
says- Jack
Pick of
Black.
Destiny.
It's Jack Black.
Uh-huh.
It's like his music group. But
You know
they're
what's
hilarious.
great? Great
It's
movie
great.
is School of Rock.
It's like a School of Rock.
Did you ever see School?
I didn't see that.
School of Rock is actually a great film. He's a substitute school teacher who's going to teach music to the kids, and he teaches them rock, but he's not really a certified teacher. He's a musician who sneaks in and bullshits his way into being the class.
Oh, it sounds like a hell of a plot.
You know, if I was going to say
It's
one thing,
deep.
if I could say one more thing, if I had to take Star Wars out as my favorite film of all time, the original one to narrate, my next favorite one would probably be, and please tell me you agree with me on this, The Shawshank Redemption.
Good
One
one.
of my favorite
I
movies.
Okay, so we're on the
that
same
one
page with that
No,
one.
but Shawshank
That's a
has
good one.
everything. Yeah, it great performances, great writing, great directing.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Thriller, great ending to
It
the
was
movie.
robbed for Best Picture. It was absolutely.
Who won?
Who won?
The Tom Hanks film, Forrest Gump,
Oh.
and Tim Robbins should have won Best Actor that year, but Tom Hanks
That was a
got it.
great performance
Yeah.
by Tim Robbins in that movie.
It's funny when you look back now. You know, we're however many years later. How many top 10 film lists is Forrest Gump on? None. But just about everybody will have Shawshank in there somewhere, and that was one of the biggest travesties.
But that's common. It's a popularity contest, and people get worked up over different films.
I hate to intrude, but I liked Forrest Gump.
I didn't dislike it. No.
He's just saying Shawshank was better than Forrest Gump. You disagree?
I mean, I don't know about better. It's a whole different experience. But then again, that's why I'm not on the radio.